What's going on, family? This is Scrapbook Boxing, Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series. I want to take a look at a dynamic championship fight that took place in the Featherweight division. On Wednesday, August 19, 1959, it was a rematch of a fight that took place Wednesday, March 18, 1959. It was at the Olympic Auditorium in Los Angeles, California. It was between Nigeria's Hogan Kid Basset and Lexington, Kentucky's Davey Moore, two great featherweight champions. The Hogan Kid Basset was born June 3, 1932 in Creektown, Calabar, Nigeria. He died January 26, 1998 at Lagos, Nigeria. He stood 5 foot 3 inches. He weighed 119 1/4 to 130 pounds. He would have total bouts, have 74 fights, 59 wins, 21 knockouts, 13 losses. He stopped himself 4 separate occasions, and he would have 2 draws. One of those knockouts was from Davey Moore. Hogan Kid Basset couldn't come out of the 11th round. Kid Basset would have a 66-inch reach. He was married to Mary Magdalene, as well as Marie Williams. Magdalene died January 26, 1977. She left behind 6 children. Hogan Kid Basset was the first world champion to come out of Nigeria. He also coached the Nigerian boxing squad to the Olympics, and they would win medals after his retirement from the ring. He was voted, the Nigerian people wanted to know whether or not this man would be the best. And so far to this day, they have him the best Nigerian fighter. And that's very, very high stakes because you had Dick Tiger and others come after him. But Hogan Kid Basset was phenomenal. He was also voted by the Nigerian people as the best athlete in the last 20th century. Youngest boxer to win a world title. Won a British Empire title in 1955. He won a featherweight championship of the world, the featherweight championship of British Commonwealth, the bantamweight championship of West Africa, bantamweight championship of Nigeria, the flyweight championship of West Africa, as well as the flyweight championship of Nigeria. Phenomenal feat. Hogan Kid Basset would fight fighters such as Willie Pep, and he would defeat him once and he would lose once. But also being there with Jean Pierre, Billy Kelly, Gene Snipers, Miguel Barrios, very good Mexican fighter, Harry Redsman, Bobby Bolin, Eddie Carson, Luis Perez. He lost to Willie Pep as well. But he also had his wars with Davey Moore. And Davey Moore was from Lexington, Kentucky. He was born November 1st, 1933. They called him the Springfield Rifle. He died March 23rd, 1963 in Los Angeles, California, to an unfortunate situation. He was in a ring on Wednesday, 1963, March 24th, against a very good fighter, Sugar Ramos. And unfortunately for Davey Moore, he would suffer a brain injury and he would die 75 hours after he would face Sugar Ramos. But Davey Moore stood 5 foot 2.5 inches. He weighed 123.5 to 135 pounds. He would have total bouts of 68 fights, 59 wins, 30 knockouts, 7 losses. He would be knocked out 2 separate occasions, and he would have 1 draw. He was a savvy, natural skill power puncher. He was a featherweight champion who fortunately suffered a brain injury. He defeated Laura Solis, and Laura Solis was a very good Mexican fighter who would take the title away from Jimmy Carter, lightweight championship, and he would lose that lightweight championship back to Carter. He would face Hogan Kid Basset. He would face Cisco Andrea, a very good fighter himself, Charlie Riley, Frankie Valdez, Victor Manuel, Jose Luis Castro. He would face Daniel Valdez, Robert Garcia, Gil Gadelli. Just a few fighters that he would face of quality status. He would lose the WBC, the WBA, the Featherweight Championship to Sugar Ramos in Los Angeles, California. Now, the fight with Hogan Kid Basset was a classic. They would fight twice, and both very, very good strategic wars. And I got to tell you, Hogan Kid Basset was a very good fighter. He was every bit of a fighter as his countrymen would claim, because he knew how to box. Very, very strong on the inside, very powerful. But so was Davey Moore. And that's what got Davey Moore to fight with Sugar Ramos. That was a title defense. And Sugar Ramos was undefeated coming into that fight. They would fight at Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles, California. When Sugar Ramos would stand 5 foot 4.5 inches, he would have a 66-inch reach. He would have fighting record coming in 38-1-3 with 29 knockouts. Sugar Ramos was 21 years of age at the time of their fight. Davey Moore stood 5 foot 2.5 inches. He had a 65-inch reach. He had a fighting record coming in at 59-6-1 with 30 knockouts. Davey Moore was 29 years of age at the time of their fight. Now I gotta tell you, two dynamic fighters was in the ring that night. But unfortunately, this happened in 1963. They was originally scheduled to fight one another in 1962, which was the same year of the unfortunate incident between Emil Griffith and Benny Kid Paret. And that fight caused a lot of controversy because Benny Kid Paret died in the ring. And it pulled a lot of sponsors out of the game. You had Pat's Blue Ribbon and Gillette Razor. And had this fight took place in 1962 as scheduled, and the unfortunate incident would happen, boxing probably would have been destroyed. But it happened in 1963, and the investigation was still going on at this time. And it couldn't have happened to a more giving fighter. Unfortunate for Davey Moore. And sometimes these incidents do happen. But you gotta understand, two men are putting their lives on the line every time they get in the ring. But they go in there with passion. They go in there with honesty. They bring their weapons and tools into the ring. And we have two great fighters like that. The majority of the time you don't have those kinds of incidences because both men are very creative in thoughts and very passionate about their weapons that they use. But unfortunately, you're going to have those incidences every once in a while because this is a brutal sport. But Hogan Kid Basset and Davey Moore would replenish what the game of boxing is all about. Check out this great fight between Hogan Kid Basset and Davey Moore. Thanks for hanging in there with me. This is Scrapbook Boxing Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series. All great fights and all great fighters will never be forgotten on my channel. Salute to Davey Moore. R.I.P. to him. Salute to Hogan Kid Basset. R.I.P. to him. Great fighters.